3 wears. That is all it takes for a $150 dress to start falling apart. These brands know exactly what they are doing, and it has nothing to do with quality. Here are 5 fashion brands that look luxury but are actually cheap. Number 5. Free People. Free People has one of the most emotionally powerful aesthetics in fashion. Soft earth tones, oversized knits, flowing dresses, and that golden hour bohemian artist vibe that makes you feel like you're buying a lifestyle, not just a sweater. And the pricing backs up that feeling. Dresses regularly sit between $128 and $300. Sweaters land around $98 to $198, and most tops fall between $68 and $148. So far, that sounds like a premium brand. But here's where things get complicated. The most consistent complaint from people who actually buy and wear Free People over time is durability. Those oversized knits that look so rich online start pilling earlier than expected, sleeves stretch out, and the fabric softens in a way that reads as worn out rather than worn in. Some pieces also feel noticeably thinner in person than they appear in the photography. And the frustrating part is that the brand knows exactly how to make something look handcrafted and artisanal. The details, the textures, the way pieces are styled in campaigns. So, when the quality doesn't follow through, it feels less like a mistake and more like a deliberate choice to prioritize image over substance. The reality with Free People is that a large part of what you're paying for is the mood the brand creates, and the mood is beautiful. But when you spend $150 on a sweater, you probably want the sweater itself to hold up, not just the aesthetic surrounding it. But what happens when the brand does not just sell a mood, it sells you luxury occasion wear that cannot survive the occasion? Number 4. Meshki. Meshki has built something genuinely impressive, and that's a visual identity so polished that the price tag almost feels justified before you even touch the product. Scroll through their feed and everything looks like a luxury party brand. Clean silhouettes, controlled lighting, glossy fabric styled on women who look like they just left Fashion Week. Influencers wear it, celebrities post in it, and that constant association with aspirational imagery makes a $90 dress look like it should cost 3 times more. Some pieces climb to $150 or even $220, which puts Meshki firmly in premium occasion wear territory. And that's where the expectation gap starts to show. Customers who buy at that price point expect the fabric to feel as expensive as the photography suggests. What they often describe instead is something lighter than anticipated, more synthetic in texture, and less structured than it appeared on screen. Some mention inconsistent lining, seam lines that show through, and garments that don't carry the same weight they expected when the package arrives. What makes this sting more for the buyer is the occasion. Most people wearing Meshki are wearing it to an event, a birthday, a night out, or a special dinner. So when the zipper pulls awkwardly or the fabric doesn't sit the way it did on the model, there's no easy fix. The moment has already passed. Meshki is genuinely exceptional at presentation, but the product inside the packaging doesn't always keep pace with the image the brand has spent so carefully building. At least Meshki is upfront about being a party brand. This next one convinced an entire generation it was luxury wellness. Number 3. Alo Yoga. At some point, Alo stopped being an activewear brand and became a status symbol. You see it everywhere now, and not just in gyms. Airports, coffee shops, influencer content, celebrity street style, Alo has crossed over into fashion culture in a way most activewear brands never do. The color palette stays muted and expensive looking, the stores feel like luxury wellness spaces, and the branding is so refined that the products feel premium before you've checked the price. Then you check the price. Leggings run from $98 to $138. Sports bras sit between $68 and $88. Sweatshirts land around $118 to $160, and outerwear can push $300. That positioning puts Alo right alongside brands where durability and performance are non-negotiable parts of the deal. But what buyers keep coming back to is that longevity doesn't always hold up. Pilling after limited use, waistbands that stretch out faster than expected, compression that loosens over time, and seams that show wear earlier than the price suggests they should. When a brand markets itself around elevated wellness and premium performance, durability becomes central to the value. And for a lot of AH-low customers, that's the piece that feels missing. The comparison that keeps coming up is Lululemon, a brand at a similar price point that has built its reputation on pieces that actually last. When buyers start making that comparison out loud, it tells you something important. The market has already set the standard, and AH-low hasn't consistently met it. Paying luxury prices for a status symbol stings. Paying luxury prices for a brand that also promises to be ethical and sustainable and delivers neither stings a lot more. Number 2. Reformation. Reformation sits right at the center of the quiet luxury conversation, and it does so almost effortlessly. Clean cuts, soft tones, minimal prints, and a relaxed confidence that makes everything look like it belongs in a fashion editorial. Fashion editors love it. Celebrities wear it, and the pricing places it squarely in the premium tier. Dresses land between $168 and $348. Denim ranges from $128 to $198. Knitwear runs $150 to $300, and jackets can reach $500. At those numbers, shoppers aren't just buying design. They're expecting fabric that has real weight, stitching that holds, and garments that stay looking good after repeated wears and washes. That's where opinions start to divide. Buyers regularly mention fabrics, especially viscose pieces, feeling thinner than the price implies. Shrinkage after washing comes up often, along with inconsistent sizing, stitching that doesn't feel as refined as the cost suggests, and garments that start to lose their structure after just a few wears. Reformation also leans heavily on its sustainability messaging, which adds another layer to the trust equation. Shoppers who pay a premium partly because they believe they're making a more responsible choice feel doubly disappointed when the piece falls apart quickly, because a garment that doesn't last is, by definition, not a sustainable one. What makes the Reformation such a strong example here is how good the illusion is. The brand photographs beautifully. The aesthetic is genuinely compelling. But when the quality conversation starts, a lot of customers feel the product doesn't match the price they paid for it. Every brand so far at least targets a specific woman with a specific promise. Number 1 skips the promise entirely and just sells the look to everyone. Number 1, Zara. Zara might be the single most effective brand in fashion at making things look more expensive than they are, and they do it through almost every channel at once. Walk into one of their stores, and the layout feels like a curated boutique. Muted colors, controlled lighting, clothes arranged like they're collections rather than product racks. A blazer hanging there could easily pass for something 3 times the price. The pricing plays into that perception too. Blazers run $90 to $170. Dresses land between $60 and $150. Coats sit at $130 to $250, and knitwear falls around $50 to $90. These prices aren't rock bottom, which quietly signals to shoppers that the quality must match the look. But once people actually start wearing the pieces over time, the gap becomes hard to ignore. Loose threads appearing after a few wears, unfinished hems, polyester-heavy fabrics that don't breathe well or age gracefully, knits that pill quickly, and colors that fade after washing. These are the recurring complaints from Zara buyers who expected more based on how the brand presents itself. Zara's real strength has never been in the garment itself. It's in how fast they can bring a runway silhouette to a retail floor and wrap it in a presentation that makes it feel like something it's not. And the speed is a feature, not a flaw, for Zara. By the time you've worn the piece enough to notice its limitations, there's already a new collection in the window pulling you back in. The cycle is designed to keep you buying, not to keep you satisfied. That's a very different promise than what the store experience leads you to believe you're making when you hand over your card. The styling almost always looks more expensive than the product actually is, and that gap between the image and the reality is exactly what lands Zara at the top of this list. Looking expensive is a skill. Making quality clothing is another. These brands only learned one. Subscribe and tell me who deserves to be exposed next.